Hey guys, it's Tinker Tailor here today, bringing you another part to this video. Part 2 I believe we're on. Already I've forgotten what part we're up to, but that's fine. Uh, no, this build is still a work in progress. I am working on it tomorrow more, but I haven't really done much more than what you see here. And that is because last time I tried to stream it, my computer thought it would be a fun idea to refuse to connect to the internet. So yeah, streaming it wasn't that easy, and I just had to give it a break and come back and do it later. So I did a bit of it off stream, but yeah, it wasn't working with me. But hopefully tomorrow it does work with me, and I can get it finished tomorrow. There's really not all that much left to do, so what I managed to do on stream for what you'll probably see in part 3 was I went and cluttered the kitchen a bit. I kept in mind that the kitchen still needs to be usable. That's one goal of mine is to make sure my builds are probably like 75% usable. So maybe you can't use all the kitchen space, but you can definitely still cook and clean in the kitchen. Like you can do everything you need to do, and I haven't like taken away gameplay from the build. Um, maybe one single chair doesn't work out of the table, or you know, I don't know, but basically, I want to try and create it so that around 75% of it is usable. And so far, I've done pretty good with that, I feel. So, um, definitely keeping that in mind. But yeah, like I said in the kitchen, I have cluttered some of the kitchen benches. I don't think I've cluttered any of the islands. If I have, I think I've just put a single fruit bowl. Um, but actually, no, I put the fruit bowl on the kitchen bench, so I think all the islands are actually clear. I believe you can sit at the islands and you can use the island to pair, because it's a double wide island. So yeah, it's usable, and that's definitely something I'm trying to take into account. Same with the table. I believe the bar as well. So yeah, there's a lot of things that I'm choosing either to do or not to do to make sure that it is usable. And I really hope that, yeah, if you guys do download and play with it, that it is usable. Because I am terrible with playtesting. Like the worst on the entire planet at playtesting. So yeah, I just hope that it works. Also, I still cannot get into my cheats bar. That's another reason why I do not use do not play test, is because yeah, I still can't get into my cheats bar, so I actually can't like cheat people to live in this space. And I even tried like, oh, let's create a sim for this particular build, but then it wants you to have the money to be able to live in the build. And I'm like, that's not what I wanted. I just want to put this person like, why? Why are you doing this to me? So I'm either gonna have to upload this to my library and then move people in and then place it again and hope that nothing disappeared, or I'm just not gonna playtest. It's really frustrating me. I'm really hoping to figure out what mod is ruining that for me. And I've only got 5 mods, so it it's gonna be pretty easy to figure out which one it is. But it's kind of frustrating that I can't use it. I don't understand why. Like, I swear I could in the past, and now I can't. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to figure that out and see if that is a necessary mod. Most of my mods are. Like I said, I've got 5. I've got Tool, Better Build by, um, got the protection one by Twisted Mexi. That ensures that you don't download mods that are bad for you, like the ones that, um, yeah, just basically not good for your game or your computer. I also don't know how to look it up. Oh wait, hang on. It'll be this button here. Yeah, sorry. I hate doing things on video like this, but I need to see. Wait, I have MC Command Center. Mod Guard, that's the one I was thinking about. And better exceptions, which finds the broken mods. So again, these are all kind of, to me, necessary. I mean, I guess better build by and tool aren't exactly necessary, but now that I've started building with them, I don't really know how to do it without them. So I'm gonna keep them. And I don't think it's CC that's doing it. I don't. I've never heard of CC doing that. But if it is, definitely let me know if you know how to fix it. Because the likelihood is I'm not even gonna have a look beyond a quick Google. And if I can't find it, then I'll just kind of let it be. But I would like to be able to access my cheats to be able to like add money and things like that to Sims and whatnot. But for now, yeah, I don't know what's going on. But anyway, this build here, probably talk about it. So when I was designing it and thinking about like what I wanted to do, this is the first penthouse I've ever done. As I found out yesterday, the the kind of inspiration for it is sort of, I guess, a lone person, maybe not in search of love, but maybe they have people stay over regularly, but not any one particular person. Because they really like their own space and they like being independent. They don't want children. They don't want, maybe they don't want pets. I don't know. I couldn't imagine not wanting pets, but some people don't. And I guess this person doesn't because there's no pet stuff around. And so yeah, it's someone who's worked very hard and earned they've got, and that was kind of the sort of loose vibe of what I was going for. Um, I don't ever particularly build for a specific person, but I have types of people that I'm building for. So this is like a very career driven person who likes to have nice things. Um, and previous builds, a lot of the previous ones have been either a single or a couple who like to entertain. That's been one, I guess, personality group type of people. I don't know. That I've been building for, and I find it quite interesting to like analyze what I've been building for, who I've been building for, because sometimes it's for a specific person, or not a specific person, but like a type of person. And other times it's just because I want to do that build. There's no other reason besides I just want to build. And so it's quite interesting to see the difference between I just want to build versus who I'm building for. I've had, like, when I first started building and sharing builds, I kind of was like, well, why don't I try and build a townhouse? Why don't I try and build I don't know, this or that or whatever? And it wasn't really built for any style of person. But now that I've started doing, okay, this is sort of what this person would and wouldn't like, it's really adjusted my builds. I would say improved them a little bit too, because I know what this person would and wouldn't like. Maybe not all the time, but I have a better idea and understanding of what this particular person would and wouldn't like. And so, yeah, it's quite interesting. And for you, all of you who just build because, oh, I saw this cool house and I want to build this, and you've never really built for a particular style of person, I definitely recommend giving it a shot. It's quite interesting to see the difference between it. And if you're the other way around where you're like, oh, I want to build for this type of person, um try giving a personless build a shot. It's quite, again, quite interesting. See the difference between the two. I feel like when I build for a particular style of person or type of person, it has a lot more personality to it. It has, yeah, like I said, more personality. I feel like there's soul and spirit to it, and I feel like it's because I would clutter it the way that that person would have their house cluttered. Whereas if I'm just going for a design, I don't tend to clutter it as much, and it feels a bit more show homey. Um, but yeah, it's a bit interesting to kind of analyze that. And I know some people prefer the show homey version of the build because it means that they can go in and they can clutter it, and usually it means that they're playable. Whereas builds that have a lot of clutter tend to be either really specific and may not fit the sim that the person is intending to live in that lot, or it could be unusable because of the fact that there's so much clutter everywhere, which I am guilty of myself. I am a clutterer. I wouldn't say like massively, but for sure I do clutter. Um, but recently, yeah, definitely recently, I've been trying to not clutter as hard or as much, and yeah, kind of consider gameplay people because I am honest, I'm a builder. I forget that CAS and gameplay exist quite often, and I just don't understand that aspect of the game. Not in terms of like why would you do it, but in terms of how would you do it. I don't have that sort of experience in the back of my head, so I'm trying to keep some of these things in mind while I build, but I don't really know what I'm doing in that sort of sense of things. So if you have any tips that you feel a lot of builders miss, for the people who do a lot of gameplay, please definitely let me know because I will 100% take that into account. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to that. It's I'm still building for myself. That's one thing that I definitely want to keep doing because I really, really enjoy building for myself. I don't like building for other people. Say that I don't mind building for other people, but when I'm solely building for other people, I find it to be very stressful, I guess. And I find it a lot more enjoyable if I can kind of have a bit more free reign and do what I want. So yeah, it's kind of fun, kind of interesting, and I'm going to be tested on building for others in a collab that's coming up. You'll see the build sometime soon, probably in October, and I will be telling you all the details then. Mostly because I do not remember them off the top of my head. I believe it'll be late October that the save file gets released, and about mid-October when it gets shared and announced. So yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be fun. It'll be a bit different, but I think I'll enjoy that because I got to pick what I'm building within the parameters of the save file of the collab, and I'm super excited for it. And it's kind of been something that I've wanted to build for a while, and it might be something that I rebuild in the future because we are limited to certain types of lots, or like 3 different modes, I think, maybe 4. And so yeah, if there was a certain lot that I prefer to build it on, it might have A been taken or B not fit the worlds that are in. I haven't really looked all that much about where I'd actually want to put this particular build. Um, but I'm very, very excited for it, and I really hope you guys are as well. Even though I haven't really told you what it's about, but it's my first ever collab, so I am quite excited for it. Um, and yeah, just very, very keen to actually get started on it. Actually, I'm getting started on it as soon as I finish this video, which is super exciting because yeah, it's based off of one of my favorite movies ever. So very keen to get in and mess around with that. But speaking of collabs, I mean, it's not a collab, it's a challenge, but every video I talk about the A to Z challenge, so now we're going to move on to that. If you don't know what the A to Z challenge is, it is a challenge where every week you get a new letter, and you either do a build, a room, or a CAS creation. I specifically say CAS creation because it doesn't have to be a sim, but if you can make it in CAS, I'll take it. it's an entry. It's included. And it's based off the letter that you were given. So I believe when this video goes live, we will be about halfway through week J. Yes, week J. So, you know, if you wanted to do, I can't think of any animal that starts with a J. I'm sure that a jaguar, there you go. If you want to make a jaguar, you absolutely can, as long as you make it in CAS. I don't know how else you'd make it, but you know, if you wanted to make a jungle themed room or a jungle build or a, I don't know, that's as far as I've gotten. But that would be some ideas of what you could do. And if you want to do both a CAS creation and a build or a CAS and a room, you absolutely can. So you can do any combination of a build, 2 rooms, and 2 sims. They're your max. So I won't take more than 2 of the CAS and rooms, and I can only take 1 build. Just because otherwise it'll stress you guys out too much. It'll be way too much work. But it's you don't have to do all of them. If you just want to do a CAS creation or just a room or just a build, do whatever makes you happy. And you also don't have to do every single week. You can just do this week. You could just do next week. You could just do every second week. You know, whatever suits you. And then in December, we only have 1 due date. So X, Y, W, X, Y, Z are all due from anywhere from the start of December to, I usually go to the 1st of February. I don't really care. Somewhere in there, those 4 builds can be given because I know it's a busy time, but the rest of them are due by the time that the next post is released. So yeah, if you're interested, definitely check out Instagram and Discord. Instagram is where the posts go live, and Discord is where I'm taking most of the submissions. If you need to submit it somewhere else, absolutely let me know where you've submitted it. Like I just need to know your gallery name and make sure you use the right hashtags. But other than that, that is pretty much the challenge, and you guys get involved. I'm very excited about it. I love this challenge, and I hope you do too. But until then, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.